give up 121, but the turnovers were down. And overall, the defense was pretty good after that first quarter, but I think because you weren't giving them easy looks with turnovers.
Yeah, well, to your point pregame, right? Don't fuel their break. And to have 37 assists, only 7 turnovers on the road was really important and a big part of this. And obviously, when Nikola, Russ, and Jamal all have 10 assists, that's pretty incredible. To have 2 guys with a triple-double in the same game. I know we had that in the NBA Finals a few years ago, but and then that when you don't turn it over, you can finish. We had 34 fast break points tonight to their 15. So it's something we've been harping on, and hopefully we can continue to improve upon.
This seemed like one of Russ's best games in Denver so far. I know he's had a few really good games already, but what can you kind of say just about the way that he has been an on-court fit with so many of these guys?
What's his record as a starter? Anybody know? 8-2. Wow. All right. Well, I'm going to fact check that, Marla, because I don't trust you at all.
Trust me for once, Coach.
For once. So 8-2, and that speaks to his impact. And he had a possession late. He was all over the place, flying around. 17-year vet, 35 years old, and then he ultimately got the steal and finished in transition. 16 points, 10 boards, 10 assists, 7-7 from the field. And he came in here. This is a guy who's a first ballot Hall of Famer, one of the greatest point guards to ever play the game. And what I admire so much about him, aside from the leadership and toughness that he brings every single day, is he's got no ego. He said, I'm playing with that guy. I'm going to play through him. I'm going to make him better. And if I do that, that means I'm doing my job to help this team win. And he came here for one reason. That's to help us win a championship. And he hates to lose. And that's what I also love about him, is that he's built the right way. And I'll go to war with Russell Westbrook any day.
Prior to the game, we were talking about averaging 123 in December. The offense has just been awesome. What has taken your offense from one level to the next so far this season?
Well, transition. I mean, like we've always been an elite offense, but we've never been a team that's averaging 20 fast break points a night. So to be 31 games into the season and to be the #1 running team in the league. So what that adds is that we know in the half court we got the best player in the world, and we have some really good players around him. I mean, Jamal Murray. Talk about a guy that's really finding his rhythm, playing better, playing more confident, playing both ends of the floor. Michael Porter, obviously, just a super efficient basketball player who had 5 offensive rebounds tonight. Christian Brown, that guy, he said after he had 20 points, he goes, hey, all I did was run and jump tonight. And he ran and jumped really well. But if you can couple a really efficient half-court offense with an elite running team, well, now you're a team that is tough to guard. And so our challenge now is if we can keep that elite offense and just get better one day at a time, inch by inch, possession by possession, one more sprint back, one more sprint to shrink, one more find a body, one less leak out, hopefully we'll start to that will pay dividends on the defensive end.
We were talking about this a little bit before you walked in. This is the first time in the history of the franchise that you guys have won both games in Utah. And in the grand scheme of things, I don't know what that means, but it's a pretty wild stat.
I don't know what anything means in the grand scheme of things, to be very honest. If you want to get really deep and philosophical, I mean, I don't know if like in 20 years, is anybody going to even remember this game ever happened? Probably not. But as I said pregame, regardless of the record, regardless of who's in, who's out, this has always been a tough place to play. And our guys were able to stay with it tonight, and obviously we pulled away in the end against a team that is they're playing a lot of young guys. They're trying to find themselves. I think Will Hardy does a fantastic job as a coach. And, right now we're on different paths. And obviously it's good. I think we're 7-3 now in our last 10 games. And hopefully we can find a way to start off the new year on a positive note against a very talented team in Atlanta.
What explanation did the refs give you on the sequence at both ends of the floor before the tech you picked up?
Well, I didn't agree with it, obviously. I thought, Nikola got fouled a few times, and they didn't call it. And I let him know about it. And but no hard feelings. Ben, Brian, and Che, they have a job to do. They do it to the best of their ability. And as coaches, we're going to voice our opinions, and sometimes they're not going to like that. So It's all good. We move past it, we move on, and get ready for the next one.